Welcome to today's group training. Today we are going over grocery shopping and how to make grocery shopping a little less overwhelming, a little bit more concise so we can stay organized, save some money, get in and out of the grocery store. I don't know about you guys, but I get overwhelmed when I'm in like crowded places or grocery stores and there's a lot of sounds and like grocery stores for me are overwhelming, and it's overstimulating. It's like there's so much going on and I just sometimes if I go to the grocery store and I'm already hungry, and I'm just like I'm gonna overspend. I'm gonna get things that I don't need, and like so I've developed this grocery list, and I'm gonna show you guys how that we can execute this grocery list and stay on track and make it easier to start shopping. So I want to start with this grocery list. You guys see how we split it up into protein, produce, fats, and starches. So the produce and starches, those are both carbohydrates. Just to clear that up right out the gate. But guys, when we go grocery shopping, I want us to shop in order and not be sporadic. I want us to have some type of game plan when we get into the grocery store, or if you're shopping online, whatever it is. So when we go into the grocery store, I recommend doing one section at a time. There's no strict order, but when you're doing your produce, get all produce. When you're doing your starches, get all starches. When you're doing your fats, get all fats. When you're doing your proteins, get all proteins. So what I mean by that, guys, is um, let's let let's shop in categories of macronutrients of what we want to get. So first, what I like to do, because protein to me is the most important, I get my protein first. Is what I get straight. Right when I get to the grocery store, I go get my protein, all the protein sources that I'm going to need for the week or the month. That's what I get first. When I'm done getting my protein sources, then I probably go over to the produce section, get all of the vegetables, all the fruits that I want. And then when I'm done getting my protein and vegetables, then I might move over to the fats, get all the fats, get all the things that the flavors, the oils, the sauces, the toppings, I get that. And then when I'm done with getting the fats, I go for the more starchier carbs, if I even need those. And then when I'm done with all of that, then I move to the extras right over here, the snacks, the things that I want to have to stay on track and have fun and taste yummy things. So I think it's a good idea for us to go into a grocery store and shop in order, because because when we have this type of order, when we go into the store, we know exactly what we're grabbing, we know exactly what section we're going to be at, and then we know when we're done, and we know when we need to move on to the next thing. So a lot of you guys have grocery lists that I send you. When you get to the grocery list, um, you can open up your grocery list. Maybe I can pull one up. When you go to your grocery list, let's bring up Christopher's meal plan here. Um, you can see here, hopefully you guys can you'll see my screen. So when you get to the grocery list, you guys can see it's already split up in here too. So it's split up a little bit differently. It goes bread, fish, meat, cheese, condiments, cold. It's split up a little bit. I like to get everything split into four groups that you just saw previously. Those four groups are protein, produce, fats, and starches. So we shop in each one of those groups at a time. And I think the most important is protein. And the second most important is produce. So we do protein first. We get all of our protein. Then we go produce. And we do it step by step. So just say like, just look at your grocery list and say, okay, I'm gonna need to get this. I'm gonna need to get that. You could take your grocery list, and then you can also look back at this and try to add the things that you need to into the protein box and add the things that you need to into the produce box. Now, this document isn't editable, but you can, use a piece of paper. You could use your phone notes and do this quickly. I just think it's a really good idea for us to have a game plan walking into the grocery store so we're less overwhelmed. We have a strong plan. It's just like when we go into the gym. Like we know what exercises we're going to be doing, how many reps, how long we're going to rest. We need to have a game plan with everything we do in the program. It's going to make us be more confident with what we're doing, and it's going to help us this way. It's going to help us stay more on track with the things that we actually need to buy to stay on track. Is this making sense so far? Does anybody have any questions so far on what I'm talking about? Cool. So when you guys get your grocery list, um, You if you're unsure on which food goes into produce or which food goes into fats, you can reach out to me and ask. You could also use Google and ask me like, hey, is cheese a fat or a starch? And it will quickly pop it up. But this grocery list picture thing right here, I mean, if you just look through this, you'll get and read each food group, you'll get a better idea of what foods go where and what foods don't go there. Okay? So I hope this is making sense. I just really want everybody to have a game plan when you walk into the grocery store. You're going to be more quick, more efficient, and you're going to feel less overwhelmed with this whole process. Okay, so proteins, chicken, tofu, ground beef, eggs, egg whites, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, steak, fish, shrimp, and there's a lot more protein sources. We can go into any type of deli meats, anything where when you turn over the package, guys, when you turn over the package and it has the calories, fats, carbs, and proteins, if the protein is the highest macronutrient, that's considered a protein source. Cool. All right. I wanted to get into liquids and sauces, guys. We also want our things to taste good. So I feel like this is the last thing that we get because when I first started, trying to get fit and taking my nutrition seriously, I would spend so much time in the grocery store. I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go get sauces, and I'm gonna go back to the proteins. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go there, and it's just like it was just chaos. So that's why I want us to go in order. So we do this first. We go protein, produce, fats, starches. Then we go to our extras, any type of snacks that we want, and then we get to the liquids and the sauces. You guys know I want everybody to be drinking close to a gallon of water a day. That doesn't have to be straight up just water. There's a lot of zero-calorie sweeteners, uh, diet sodas. No, don't shoot me. I drink a couple diet sodas a day. It's not a big deal. It's just like water. Mio squirts, the zero Gatorade, sugar-free tea, unsweetened vanilla, almond milk, cashew milk, skim milk. Zevia is a sugar-free soda. Hint water is another great one. And then the sauces, guys. The sauces I want to let you guys know. The sauces, a lot of people get messed up with the sauces because some sauces can actually be more calories than the actual meal itself. So it's really important that we get the sauces from this list. And if you do want to get other sauces or toppings, just reach out to me because we want to do our best to keep the sauces and toppings lower in calorie. We still want things to taste yummy. We want to do our best to keep the sauces and toppings lower in calories so it doesn't increase the calories of our meal too much. So things like sugar-free ketchup, low sodium soy sauce, sugar-free maple syrup, mustard is great, Taco Bell sauce. This stuff is great. I love the Taco Bell. They have it like in a glass container at most stores now. Sugar-free barbecue sauce, and honestly, barbecue sauce, regular barbecue sauce is fine too. Barbecue sauce and honey mustard, those types of dressings that are don't really have like egg or mayonnaise in them aren't super high in calories. Apple cider vinegar, relish, Miracle Whip, lower cal mayonnaise, reduced fat mayonnaise, balsamic Italian dressing, all that stuff. So guys, I want us to have a game plan when you go into the grocery store. So this grocery list and this sauce thing is on everybody's onboarding packet, and I can send this to everybody too after this video if you want to help you, so you can actually you can have this on your phone, you can screenshot it, and you can look at it, and so you can know what order we're going in. We're going from protein, produce, fats, starches, liquids, sauces. Okay? Proteins, produce, fats, starches, liquids, sauces. Cool? Does anybody have any questions so far? Is this making sense? Are you guys getting value? Cool. I mean, I just think it's going to be a game changer if we have a surefire game plan going into the grocery store and we know what we're getting first, then what we're getting next, what we're getting next, what we're getting next. And it's just like when we go into the gym. We know exactly what we're doing, then we know what we're doing next, we know what we're doing next, and then we know what we're doing next. We have a game plan. As much strategy we can implement is going to help us feel less overwhelmed, more organized, more confident with what we're doing. Hope you guys are getting value from this. All right. So what else I wanted to go over? Boom, 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 boom. Oops. Sorry, guys. One sec. Boom. Okay. I also wanted to go over the kitchen essentials because it kind of is all intertwined in what we're talking about. Guys, this is something that you got on the onboarding packet when you first got into the program. Um, there's a lot of things that, I mean, a lot of you guys probably already have a lot of this stuff, but just to make meal prepping easier, just to make this more efficient, we should have a lot of these things in our kitchen so we can, implement the recipes that I give you and make it easier, less mess, and just more concise with everything that we're doing. So Tupperware containers, guys, anytime, all these things that are blue and they're highlighted, you can click on them and they're going to take you directly to the ones that I've gotten. So these are actually 10% off right now. You get 10 of these for 40 bucks. That's a pretty good deal. And these are going to last you honestly for years, if not longer. So I highly recommend getting the glass ones over the plastic ones because honestly, the plastic ones, like I'd be running. To me, they're not worth it. I highly recommend you guys investing in glass Tupperware containers. It's just gonna last you so much longer. Trust me, because the higher quality stuff we got to keep longer. That low quality shit, we got to keep buying it over and over again because we lose the lid or it gets all fucked up in the dishwasher, warped or whatever. So I highly recommend getting the glass Tupperware container, guys. Um, Frying pan. I'm sure all you guys have frying pans, but I mean, I think a rectangular frying pan. A lot of people don't have these. This is great, especially if you guys like the French toast recipes, or you want to make a lot of the pancake recipes. A lot of my breakfast recipes are so much easier to make on a rectangular pan. So that's another thing I wanted to bring up. Um, Blender. I'm a big fan of smoothies. I hope all of you guys have a blender because I recommend the Ninjas. I think this is the one that I have at my house. I love it. What's so great about the Ninja, if we're making smoothies, guys, to not have to clean up so much mess, is the cup is the blender. So you put all the ingredients in the cup, you blend it, you drink it, and you don't have to deal with, too much mess of like most blenders is like the blender you put in the thing, then you got to pour it in the cup. That's too much. My head's gonna explode. So yeah, blenders, rectangular frying pan, also things like a cooking sheet, a cupcake tray. Guys, I have a ton of cupcake recipes, and I got a lot of muffin recipes and like egg bite recipes. So I recommend getting the cupcake trays. And just so you guys know, all of the things that are on the links here are all things that I've actually purchased, that I've actually used. So, but you're welcome to, look at reviews and get the ones that you want. But these are the ones that I've actually tried. So, and a lot of you guys know that I don't have you guys weighing your food. A lot of people weigh their food. That's more of like a bodybuilding style. I'm not anti weighing food to get results, but I do. Weighing food to me kind of gives me anxiety. It's like too much. Like, okay, I have to weigh everything I eat. Once we get sub 10% body fat, then we could talk about weighing foods. But that's why I recommend measuring cups. They're not as accurate as weighing your foods, of course not as accurate, but they are more accurate than not doing anything, you know, because the only thing with like measuring cups, Pyrex, I got these ones. The only thing with like measuring cups, which is kind of sketchy, is that some measuring cups you might have a couple extra chocolate chips, or you might have a couple extra whatever it is. It's not going to be that much though. So if you guys are meal prepping, you guys know a lot of my meal preps, we use measuring cups. And if you guys are really serious about losing body fat, I wouldn't fill that measuring cup. Don't let it go over the rim. You want to keep it right under the rim just to be safe. Just to be safe that we're staying within our calories. Don't go over the rim when you're doing the measuring cups on your meal prep. Does that make sense? Cool, cool. What else? Measuring spoons, measuring cups. That's how I measure all my stuff. Is I use spoons, cups, and Pyrex containers. I've tried weighing my food. I've done it. It's so time consuming and it just gives me anxiety. If there's anybody here that actually really wants to weigh their food, hey, I'm fine with that. We can talk about getting a food scale and you can do that. I'm not opposed to that. I'm just saying that I've had, a lot of clients that I've worked with, and we've lost a lot of body fat, and we built muscle, and we've gotten great results without weighing our food. I don't think that's something that we necessarily have to do, but if that's something that you want to do, we can definitely do that. Um, Big bowl, guys. This is something that I really want everyone to get. You guys see when I make my meal prep containers, I mean, when I make my meal prep videos, if you ever seen me on Instagram or something, a lot of my recipes, I just put everything into a big bowl and then I mix everything together. And then it's just so much easier that way for me because I mean, I've tried other things, but I'm all about making things very easy, making things very convenient, simple, and quick. And when you just like you're cooking vegetables, you're cooking your protein, and you have both those things, what you could do is you could measure out each of those things and putting in your meal prep container separately, or you could just combine everything together, mix it all together, add some more flavors, put it into a big bowl, and then use that one measuring cup to divvy out your meal prep. Um, so this is 10% off right now too. I highly recommend everyone get a big bowl. We'll be able to do a lot of things with this big bowl, but the main thing that we're going to do is be be able to make a lot of the recipes I have. When you're following the directions, they ask for you to put everything in a big bowl, mix it all together, then get a measuring cup and put it into your meal prep container. So I just want to make everything like light speed for you guys. I want to make everything more convenient for you guys. So if we have all the tools we need to be successful, it's going to be easier for us to be successful. All right? Cool, cool, cool. Water bottles. Guys, I think everyone should get this water. I actually don't have one right now because my lid broke, but I had it for over a year and this is my favorite water bottle. So this is the reason why this one is still on the kitchen essential list. I mean, it's a half gallon and it has a handle and it has a nozzle. And a lot of you guys who are trying to get a gallon of water in a day, if you're struggling, you just fill this up once, and then once you drink one of them, you just got to fill it up one more time. What I try to tell everybody to do, look at, I purchased it 3 times already. So that's, I love this one. So that should tell you guys, when you fill it up once, the goal is I want you to drink one of them before you work out. And unless you're working out super early, but it's a good idea to get in a lot of water to before we work out, because our muscles are 70% water. So the more water we can get in before we work out, the better pumps we're going to have, the better mind muscle connection we're going to have, and the less risk we're going to be at for injury. Because when you're dehydrated and you go to the gym, believe it or not, guys, it affects your joints, tendons, and ligaments, because you're going to be more at risk for injury if your joints aren't well lubricated. How do you lubricate your joints? You drink a ton of water before you work out. The more water you drink, it's going to be systematically moving throughout your whole body to help lubricate your joints and tendons, to help prevent injury, and to help build that mind muscle connection, to have a great pump. So I really want everybody to try to push to drink a half gallon of water before we actually work out. All right, cool. I know I'm kind of going off on a little deep end, but I wanted to. So this is another one. This I have this in my room. A lot of you guys who maybe have had Zoom calls with me, maybe you've probably seen this in the background. It's just convenient, and I'm not one of those people that's like anti tap water or anything, but like it's just convenient to have a filtered five. Like this is just so convenient. Like it's a 5 gallon tank on a ramp with a nozzle. Whenever time you want water, you just press on that nozzle thing, and out comes filtered water. And I've had this for a long time and I love it, so I recommend it. It's just a great way to keep clean water in your house. Sometimes tap water can be a little sketchy, not a big deal. Some people are overthink it. Maybe that's me, but this is just something I recommend to help you guys drink more water and just be more mindful of drinking more water. So cool. So yeah, I hope you guys got value from this training. I wanted to keep it, pretty concise, pretty simple. The whole thing is that I want us to have a game plan with everything we do inside the program. And I just want to, make things more convenient, more concise, more organized. So when we do go to the grocery store, we have a game plan. We know we're getting our proteins first. Once we get all our proteins, we're going to get all our produce first. Once we get all of our produce, we're going to get all our fat sources first. Once we get all our starches, we're going to get once we get all our fats, we're going to get all our starches. And if you guys are unsure on what food group is what, you can always ask me. And then once we get all of those main four, we get our snacks. Any snacks that we want. Once we get all the snacks that we want, we get all the liquids that we want. Once we get all the liquids we want, we get all the sauces we want. All right, guys? Hope you got value from this training. If anybody has any questions on this training, you can shoot me a message. You can comment below on this video. But I appreciate everybody joining today's live, and I will see you guys next week. All right? Let's have a great night. I'll see you guys next week. Thank you. Peace.